Let's see if everything works. Who are you? Good morning, Bultman. I'm early today. I couldn't sleep. I was awake already for a very long time. So what happened yesterday? Now, actually, I predicted this to my wife, what's going to happen. And I'm going to explain it a little bit in bigger signs so you actually see what I saw yesterday. Why I actually expected us to hit this high. I even explained it to one of the students yesterday. Morning, name. I'm gonna have to be a bit patient. I'm a bit early before speaking, otherwise I have to repeat myself anyways. Tomorrow I'll be streaming from my phone. Let's hope everything works fine. I'm gonna be traveling for at least maybe a few months. We will see. First destination is Italia. I will go over a recap from yesterday, why I actually expected what happened. And why we normally need to leave a runner going on our trades on pre-session, because actually we never came back to halfway our opening. And if we just left one runner going, even if it's one contract that you let go of, we could have gained a huge momentum because previous week high was hit. Same as, good morning, Christian. Same as Friday's high, let me say it like that. So why did I expect even that we would hit this part? So if we look a little bit zoomed out, we can see that we were actually moving in a 4-hour upward trend. Excuse me. So what did we do? So actually, first of all, we had a fair value gap here that was ignored. We hit the tops, and these two 4-hour stacked fair value gap were perfectly hit. And if this happens, you should normally hit the top again. So after this rally went up, we just came back into another 4 hour for value gap, and then we rallied up. So actually, should have known yesterday that we were not going to hit the top here, but that we were going to hit the top all the way up here. The only thing about this is this does not always work immediately. So sometimes it works directly, sometimes it takes a few days to do this. So this is why I'm a little bit sometimes more secure when I take profits. But if you watch in hindsight, I should have let at least one runner go. If we do hit these stops, that would have been a huge trade for us yesterday morning. So the trade played out perfectly. The bigger time frames are always having more to smaller time frames. So this was that 4 hour that we tapped. We were in the trade here, I believe, somewhere, and I expected us to go to this opening gap. We did, but we actually, let me draw it. So this was a range. So look, this was the opening range of the pre-market, and we never came back into it. So this was 100% safe for us to stay in the trade. New York session, we never tapped it back, and then actually we continued the upward trend. So this is why in my notes, the runner open to get these kind of huge gains, even if it's only a one contract. If you can take it from here all the way up to the highs, this is 169 points. This is quite a nice trade to have only one contract in. That's another 2R that you make for one contract. Who all of you held the trade till here? So I was offline, and I told you that you could keep it at least to this high. And actually, I believe here, around, was not by a lot, but it was. So I tried the opening range. So yesterday, what did I do? We started trading. We went up. I took the 9 o'clock. I went back down. I said to you, keep holding your trades the way up. This is a test for me because I have to do it live with you guys. After I went offline, I changed my direction again, and I did trade it back up in this on this account. Where did I re-enter it? Actually, I re-entered it in this candle. Right, in this candle, I got stopped because this was a 15-minute gap. We just tapped and we rallied off of that one. Here again, we touched the highs, and I entered. I entered somewhere in this candle. Anywhere that I saw a small retracement, I knew that we were going to those highs. So I just re-entered the price. I believe somewhere halfway this candle. And I took it up to the highs. Where did I put my stop? Just below this candle, because I wasn't expecting us to come down here again. And I made about, I believe, a 2R, a bit more than a 2, a bit less than a 2R I made. Something like this. It's out of it just before the highs. Because this was the end of this fair value gap, I believe. Yeah, that was it. So everybody hold it. Congratulations. It was a great trade. We have to follow a plan without thinking. If you can follow and manage to keep over and over again, you will definitely be profitable. The only thing is our brain likes to talk us out of sometimes taking the same trades over and over again, even if they do not sometimes work all the time. Same for the ORP yesterday in the afternoon. I also took it online on stream, and I can't hear you very clear. Sounds like someone else. Not sure if anybody's mic is on yet. If somebody is on, can you mute yourself, that would be very grateful. Are my sounds clear? Let me know, please. Otherwise, I can talk all over again. Okay, thank you. We'll see. So please also ask if you don't know how or why I took a trade. So this trade was the orb from the afternoon. I went in it here and I took it up to the highs. So long position, I put my stop under this last wick. Why here? Is because this was the last liquidity grab before continuation higher. And I took it to this high. I wanted to take it all the way to the highs here, but I did not held that far. Actually, if I watch it back, I was possible to hold it all the way through, but I didn't stay on that long, so I took profits here at the highs, and then somewhere when this candle was forming back down, I exited the complete position here somewhere. I added one time to this position, and the adding was at this high. I added one extra position, so I went in with a full R. We added a half R, and we exited here. So we made about a 2R here on this trade. This was in the afternoon. It's on my YouTube channel if anybody wants. Now let's zoom out and let's take a look what we have today. So remove my drawings. Scratch. It looks like we had a nice fall down already. So, was it the last hour? Ooh, that was a nice move. Okay, let's watch if we have any news that I missed. Okay, so we do have some news now coming out in about 16 seconds. You actually did not have that big of a news. So why did we have such a move down? Okay, so for a 4 hour, it looks like we swept some liquidity. Or we just closed inside. So I prefer that we would close just below it, then I'm sure that we would have gone lower. Now we did take out of all liquidity here. So zoom out that I can see where we could head. Okay, we have one more for value gap above us. A daily one that we can tap. We did not tap this one yet. So I believe that is the last one that we will tap, or we have to go all the way to the highs. So previous day high, let's set them out. Previous day high has already been hit this morning. Till yesterday's afternoon. So this is previous day high. This was the low. So we're exactly in the center of this range. At this momentum, it looks like the market wants to continue lower. We did sweep a lot of liquidity already. So there is a big possibility that we will fill up this first fair value gap here. It's now been created. Let's see if we zoom in. We have a 5-minute above. And I don't have a clear direction, so I just follow where the market will. If we go lower, we're definitely going to these stacked 4 hours for value gaps down below here. And we will definitely fill up this one. So this was that wick that we entered yesterday on. believe so. That was the week. Jeez. Yeah, so that was the wick indeed. We're actually exactly inside of previous day high and previous day low. We're somewhere in the middle of it. Now the good thing is we're only Tuesday today, aren't we? Yeah. So it would be strange that we change direction already. So I believe that we will continue a little bit higher before we go lower. So previous main draw of liquidity will be this daily gap. Afterwards, we will go down. So Mondays and Tuesdays are a bit manipulative ways. Wednesdays is accumulation, and Thursdays and Fridays are normally distribution in the way the week wants to continue moving. And by now, I'm still expecting us to hit those daily gaps that are still open all the way, way lower. So we still have gaps here that need to be filled up. And that's a huge distance at this point already. Okay, so let's open our 15 minutes. So expectations today, actually, I don't have any because I can't see where we're headed at the first sight. So I just take what we get. I do 81 points. It's a decent move for us here. Minutes. I believe we will go a bit higher at least. But if we do want to continue lower, we can take our measurements. So say halfway will be a point of interest. But we could change direction if we do want to go lower. So this could be a point of interest where the market can change hands. This will be TP1 if we go up. And if we go down, I would not really want to set up a TP because I believe if we do move lower today, that we have a huge momentum going lower. So, and I would say this area somewhere here would be our target. This 4 hour stacked fair value gap here. So downside, we have about 200 points. It's definitely possible. Upside, a maximum of 139, maybe 195, if we can follow the whole day up. But I try not to predict too much. Just let it do its thing, the market. We can only follow what the market gives. We're not here to predict what the market wants to do before it does it. So Andra, I set up from 8. It depends. If it's London's time zone, it's 8. So no, so it's 7. Sorry, it's my 8 o'clock. Yeah, I'm in Belgium time zone, so for me it's morning Majid. For me it's 8 o'clock. So I take the 7. So this should be if it put London time zone in. So if I take London time zone, so this candle, the 15 minutes, so it needs to be filled. So this one, if it's done, This should be my range. Oh, if you want the docus about it, I'll give you the information, right? I'll send it in chat. I try to keep it at 1, maximum 2 trades on stream, I take. I shared this yesterday with somebody. Yeah, it was. I usually maximum take 2 trades. Yeah. I left it in chat, Andrea. So here you can watch how I take it exactly. All the information that you need. The only thing that's not in here is how to add contracts. I actually need to make a movie about this, so I'm on it. My PDFs are not ready yet either. It's been a very busy few weeks for me, but I will have plenty of time when I'm in Italy, so especially my wife is driving, so I have a lot of time when she's driving. I asked her that she would drive, so it's the first time that she will take it with the camper van, so it will be a very exciting moment when she drives, because she has a big feat to step on the pedal. She likes to drive fast, and my camper van is not made to go fast, so will be something new for her. So if we do go up, because this would be our last sweep, let's take a look if we have fair value gaps inside. So if we take an orb range for the first time, if you're here, if the pre-market session, we don't want to see any fair value gaps inside. If we see fair value gaps inside my orb range, say that this, look if we do have one. So they're all filled up at this point. So if we do find a fair value gap inside, we always take, say that this should be a fair value gap, we always take the previous wick's high, or if the gap, if the wick on the fair value gap itself is higher, we take the candle itself. At this point, we can stay on 50% because there ain't anyone inside. If we move lower, we do have a lot of, we still have some room in this lower fair value gap. So first of all, we will take a look in how this one moves. But if we go up halfway first, will be first target. If we do continue higher, that would be a great place to add, and then take it to TP1 and see what happens. So that would be about 2 standard deviation. Use mute all. Who isn't muted? Just ask me. I can mute them for you, but I can't mute all of them. I need to do them manually, so I need to put the. Normally, you're able to do it yourself too. But for me, everybody is muted at this point. So if you come in stream and you're not speaking directly to me, if you don't have any questions, please try to set your mic off. It's very nice for everybody, so everybody can hear and see. Yeah, but for me, everybody is already muted, so I muted most of them. Yeah, that way, if you press on the 3 buttons of option, if you go to the person itself, you can normally mute them. David. I hope I said that correctly. So we have about 3 minutes until this range is completed. I'll go heat up a drink, and meanwhile, we still have 5 minutes afterwards, anyways, until we have a break to some direction. Okay, so this is our range that we have, and we have about 25-point range. It's a nice small range, perfectly. So because we don't have any fair value gaps inside, we can put our stop. I will put it here if we go up. For all the new traders that joined playbit, welcome, by the way. You found one of the best mentoring groups that I ever been in. I'm very grateful I found Tai too. It's a person with a lot of confidence in trading, and I like that he shines that upon all of us because that helps a lot in mindset related stuff. So this orb strategy I learned from him. I just adjusted a bit to my own place and time where I was using it, because I'm more active and more aware in the morning sessions for myself. So for me, it's now morning. In the afternoon, it takes me a bit more concentration to do it. I'm still here trading, but it's a bit more. It takes a little bit more energy because I spend a lot more. And to all of you new traders, I also very much want to say that you have to get a plan if you don't have one yet, how to trade, because I find it very important that you have a manual, like you should use a toaster. You know, you have to put the bread inside and you have to put it down, have to put in the electricity. If you don't do it that way, it won't work anyways. So in trading, it's a bit the same. If you have a nice plan that you can follow and just follow the steps continuously without your thinking mind getting in the way of it, you will be very profitable. And sad to say, I learned this the hard way, because I used to like to do fancy instead of just following a plan. Sometimes it's very boring, I know, but trading is not to be always fun. It needs to be something where we can rely on for the longer term, that we can make money out. And that way, sometimes it has to be boring. It's same as an activity. If you just do a normal job and you don't really like it, okay, so this will be the stop. If you don't really like it, it still gets boring after a while, because you repeatedly do the same thing over and over again. It's the same in trading. So we also do repeatedly the same thing over and over again. This strategy, by the way, has about a 60% accuracy, blah, blah, blah. I hope that was correctly in English. So if we go up, the first TP we got about, or first point of interest, we got about a 1.7. So that just closed inside. So now we have to be patient for another 5 minutes. If we can take it up to TP1, that would be a 3R from here. Now, if London opens, there is a big possibility, if we want to go up, that we will sweep this low. Just because of this huge 15-minute drop that we had. There's a lot of strength in this candle. We just took all this liquidity in one time out. So without even hesitating, it just flew through it. So I believe there is more power to the downside today than the upside. But retracement to halfway this for value gap is perfectly possible. So this POI will also be our point of interest where we could have change of direction. So here I will advise to take profit, or if I can see that we continue to TP1, we can hold. But only time will tell. So now you can see we are creating a 5 minute for value gap inside. So my stop needs to be under this one. The reason why is because I tested it enough, and 50% of this orb range is not always enough. The charts like to fill up for value gaps most of the times. So if they do come back and this fair value gap should hold, we should never come back under this wick. A good trade takes can take the whole day. A not good trade is very fast. That takes about 30 to 40 minutes and we are done. Sometimes only 5 also. So how longer we are in the trade, the better the chance is to succeed. Morning. Are you in this or debating? Yeah, I forgot to put on. I'm not in a trade yet, so I was just looking at how much R we could have gotten out of it. I will take the trade, and you will see it on my screen because you see my entries and my exits standing on the screen. Guapo. I'm feeling all better, so the only reason I didn't take one trade is because I really didn't feel good. So if I don't feel healthy or at the normal state what I should have traded, I just don't trade because I know every day we have a possibility to take a trade. In this way, and this strategy, we have 2 times a day that we can take trades. One in the morning, and for me, one in the afternoon. Or for some people, it's morning and night. It depends on what time zone you live, of course. I do hope if anybody is from Europe that we can meet sometimes. Would be wonderful to find some people that also trade that I can speak to. My wife, she likes it, but she doesn't like to speak all the time about it. She does listen nicely, but for her, it's just like doing something and then done with it. And yeah, I don't know anybody else that speak this language or loves to talk about trading and what we can do. I do have one friend, but that friend is more a crypto person, so it's not really a trader. He holds and sells, so if you're near, I'm passing France, Germany, Switzerland, and then Italy. So if anybody lives in one of those countries, send me a DM. Maybe I can stop with the van for a day. So no breakout yet. So we will have to be patient. Have you ever been to Baltic states, Latvia? No, I haven't. I'll copy this. I need to watch this for a second. Okay. It's nice in the summers. I have actually no idea where that even is, or where that even is located. So we still have another 4 minutes. We just need to be patient here. Let me take a look where this lays. Somewhere in Europe. Oh, it's higher up. Oh, damn, I'm moving lower. Oh, maybe on the way back, I'll take that part. I'll let you know. 2 days longer on the road is always nice. Yesterday I found out that we have, I don't even know how you call it in English. When a chicken lays an egg and it hatches, we get, in Flemish it's a keuken, but I have no idea how you call it in English. So yesterday I found out we had 2 new chickens. So let me read that one myself. So do you usually start with 0.5 and add from there, or 1 hour starts? Actually, I usually use 0.7, maybe 1 hour to start with. It depends on if I actually see a clear range. Like yesterday, I saw a clear range and I entered with a full hour or almost a full hour. I prefer to start immediately with an R. I actually don't have any use at this point for decreasing the amount that I put in because I'm up 15 hours this month already. So with 10 days forward, so I'm up 15, 16 hours this month already. So it's useless to put like a half hour inside. If I actually don't have a clear direction, I will. But if I see a clear direction and if it's moving the way I like it, I prefer to put a full hour inside. Then I can add a half hour so my entry stays lower. By adding, I like to add, say that we start with 5 contracts. The next time I like to add 2 or 3. And the time after that, I like to add 1. So this way it's like a pyramid on the upside down. So that keeps your entry as low as as possible. So this way, if I do have a half hour inside and I need to add a half hour, that means my entry jumps halfway higher also. So I prefer if we put more contracts in at the lower part and we add a little bit less, we can stay much more to our entry price. That way we have more profit by the end. It's late for me. See you in a new New York session. Thanks, Sirak. Thank you for joining. Enjoy. Have a nice evening or rest place, sleeping place, rest place. Didn't sound good. So in the first watch in this 15 minutes, it looks like we're a little bit sideways. Doesn't really show me its hand yet. So again, no breach, so we will have to wait another 5 minutes. Now, if we do get to the up part and we're already halfway, this gap, then I will only enter with a half hour. So say that we're halfway this height because this was my first point of interest. Then I'm only entering with a half hour because I do want to make sure if we do get here, I can add. And I don't want to be liquidity because this huge 15-minute candle actually showed us that we want to go lower in the first part of the day. So this is the only time that I would be discretionary and how much I would put in my trade. Otherwise, I prefer to put a full R always. So money management is important for everybody. And I know some people like to put a little bit more inside. So if you're on a combine, do as you pleased. I would suggest if you're on a combine that you put in as much as you don't feel at a certain point you don't feel comfortable anymore, so that you learn to feel comfortable by just putting in that much and then leave your stop, leave your TP. If you're the first trader, if you're the first time trading, and don't move anything, just let it hit your TP or let it hit your stop loss. It's a way to let yourself learn to let your trades go. So if you're a new trader and you always move your stops or your TPs or something, or take earlier profits, don't just let 20 trades do its thing and see the outcome. Log them all so that your brain can actually see the outcome or the end result for yourself. So this way, it will help you to maintain a healthy way of trading. The reason why I used to do this myself, and my first mentors told me to stop doing this, I did, and I became a lot more profitable by just leaving my TP and my stops. Because first of all, if I took earlier profit and it hit my TP, I was not as happy, because I was gonna be more happy if it hit my TP, and I was okay by giving away what was hitting my stop. So I put down those emotions, what I felt inside of my own, and I actually said, okay, I prefer that it hits my TP more than I take earlier profit. And I don't mind giving back what I already know that I would give. And it increased my profits by, I believe, about in total value, like I was about 0.1 to 1. It came to 1.4 to 1. So I made 1.4 for every order I gave. And I was not profitable before that. So it's just something to keep in mind. It's very important to, first of all, let go of your trades and then build up good habits after that. I know Ty yesterday said that you need to put a little bit more if you are in a combine. I agree and disagree with those two terms. So people sometimes see it differently. I just see it like, if you're gonna full port your combines, I believe that you will do the same on your funded, and that's not the way we should trade. But if you can hit one funded and you can do it a second time a normal way, then I agree you can take more. You can put in more for 1 hour so that you get faster to that funded. So once you have done it the normal way one or twice and you get the hang of it without being fearful, then I totally agree that you can do it. But otherwise, first learn to trade normal. That's my suggestion. Tai is a great mentor, so I won't say anything not good about him. But that's my viewpoint. Because he speaks to people that already can trade. So all these people that make a lot of money, these people can trade already very good. So if you're a new trader, you first need to build up the skill before you can get money out of it. And don't be hasty. So if you're on a combine and you want to make your first profits, write down that you will get a payout like in 100 days or something like that. Then you get a lot of ease. It's slowly building up the confidence, having a lot of trades, taking normal ways. Oh, and I spent my fair share already on combines too. So I took a lot of profit, but I already gave some also. I think I paid about 4,500 now to combines and funded. I took more than tenfold out of it, but I did give also a lot, especially at the beginning. I was like everybody, oh, we need 5 combines directly, this will work, and I did not work that out. It did not work out that fine for me the first time, but I learned the hard way, so I want to protect all of you for not doing the same thing. Dark one, I expect. So if we go up, I expect us to go to POI, point of interest, and then afterwards to TP1 if we're lucky. But I do prefer that we go down overall for the day. So if we go up, we definitely will hit this daily gap just above us. If we go down, we have a 4-hour for value gap just below us. So this is my target if we go down. Main thought process today is that we're exactly in the middle of a range. So it's not so easy to say which direction we at this point want to go. Especially not because, yes, 2 days ago this was in a fungold car, so this actually showed us that we want to go higher. This one is a little bit slow. Now we did take out some liquidity, but it looks like we will hit this this daily gap just above. And I prefer to do that today, except of tomorrow. I don't see any big news. I think the news was, what was the news? CPI is tomorrow. Yes, I believe tomorrow will be a down movement because of CPI. Today, maybe just have fair value gap and then see the market flush all the way down. But I will take what we get. I actually don't have a huge buy. So again, here you can see we had fair value gaps inside. We tapped them once, we tapped them twice. Now, normally, if we don't go under these 5 minutes, this one should be protected. If this fair value gap holds, of course. If not, this stop will not protect himself. This is also how I entered the trade from yesterday after taking first the up part, then the orb down again, and then I just continued upwards. So this is also how I enter trades moving up. So again inside, so another 5 minutes. We need to be patient. It looks like it will be London that will be showing its hand today. Yeah, I trade real money accounts as well. Yeah, combine is an evil. Some people say evals, and some people say combine. So it depends on how you pronounce it. Yeah, I opened a real account last week, a week before that. I trade both of them. So I trade my prop firms and my real account. The reason why is the real account, I just let it grow, and the prop firms is just to get payouts, to get my monthly or 2-3 monthly incomes. So I don't do any other activity than just this. So this is my main income. If anybody ever wants to quit his job or his daytime job to do this full time, I would suggest that you at least get a 3 months reserve, so that you have plenty of time and that you at least get 1 or 2 payouts before you take a quit of your normal job. Don't rush into it. Take your time. How long have you been trading at? What do you mean with this level? I've been trading for 5 years. I was profitable after a year and a half, but that was crypto. So I made my main income out of crypto first. After selling my company, I bought Bitcoin in 2020 when it was still very cheap. And believe me, people said then it was not cheap either. So people now say it's not cheap, it's 100,000. But I asked them the same question in 2020 when it was like between 5 and 10K for a Bitcoin. So it was then not cheap either for them, they said so. But yeah, here I got financially free out of, so I didn't need to do anything anymore. And then afterwards, I restarted the company in Kako. I kept trading, but I left from my passive income. So I do have some investments that make me passive income. I had some miners from crypto that I installed. I bought some coins that went up 70,000%. So that was amazing to see. I was then a different group. He pronounced that in 2023 to buy Caspar, and I bought that one at 0.00007 or something like that, and it came to 11 cents. So that was a huge rally up for me. And afterwards, I found Casper. I went into his group, bought his mentorship. Very great trader. I learned a few things from him, not everything. I learned to be consistently more. Then afterwards, I found here playbit through Casper. So I started trading NQ from August last year, and I got my first payout in October. And afterwards, it was February again until I get my second payout. And now every week I got a payout. But just the consistency that really played a big part. So without hesitating, executing your trades, following a structured plan, and being here consistently, writing down what your goals are. So if you want to make $100,000, divide it, or let me say it's constructed backwards. So yesterday I helped somebody the same way. So if you want to make 100,000, I'm sure everybody can make it in at least 6 to 10 months from now. If you just follow along with the streams and don't take any other trades with your combine. So if you have a combine, I would say take buy 2 and 1 to practice and 1 to trade stream trades. So why 1 for both of them? So 1 so that you can upgrade your skill. The second one is to make yourself faster, profitable, and just follow the afternoon streams. Tyus makes 10 hours every month at least, so he can make you at least profitable just following him. You don't need to follow me, of course. Just it's his Discord. So if you just follow him, you'll be profitable within 2 months at least. And this one is to practice and to make sure that your skill increases so that you can do it afterwards without him. But this way you can get much faster profitable. And then again, say that you want to make 100,000 and you can make 10-hour amount out of his trades on the $200 R rating. That makes that you have $2,000 a month. If you have 5 combines, you make 10K. So that means that you make at least 50,000 every 5 months. So in any year based, you can make 100,000. But just take it slow. So don't rush into it. See it as your normal activity. Nobody gets money increased or money raising. How do you call it in English? A raise. So if you go to your boss and you want to have more money, it calls a raise or something like that. I believe that's correct. If it's not, help me out for a second. So if you do want extra money from your normal activity, this happens once a year, maybe once every year and a half. Here in Belgium, you need to ask it, so it's not yearly. So you need to ask them to get a raise, and if you don't get it, you need to be patient and work faster or harder, or be more alert, do more stuff to get a raise, to be more in the company. Know that you can get this here every 2 months at least, and it's not by half or by 10% or by 2-3%, it's by 50%. It increases. So every time it increases, accumulative and very fast. So if we compound everything that we make here, you can be very rich people in a very small time. So in Belgium, the normal activities where people go to, we earn around almost 2,000 euros a month. Not everybody in Belgium even earns this. So you only need like 10 trades to be profitable. But 10 trades, good trades a month to make that. So even only 5, because normally you get like a 2 hour out of it. Like I said, I believe London will show us its hand. So again, here you can see, as long as this fair value gap holds that we were here in, this one should not come under here. It is amazing to see how, if we ever have an FEG, how the candles wick, the previous candles wick, how perfectly this stops it from getting invalid. I saw Thijs' trade yesterday going down. Oh, beautiful trade that he took. I took the way up, he took the way down, so we have another 4 minutes. We'll go to that chart for a second. So I believe that was here somewhere. Yeah, that was here. So he wanted to go to the orbs close. So this was the orbs close here, this candle. And the only thing that I saw when he was taking the trade, he should have left his stop where it was, because we still had, look, this FEG. So if you ever join the streams, you can always do this if you're okay with putting your stop where it was. So he just had to leave his stop. This was the protected stop. If this fair value gap holds, so we just rallied, we came in, we came back, and then we continued to move down. So this was only a half hour. So if you're okay by giving the market a half hour, you would have hit full TP. If this invalids and goes higher and you see it hit the top, yeah, then it means that we're going up. So then you can just change direction and move to a higher direction. I did prefer us to see us move up before we go down. But it is what it is. If we go down, I'll just follow what the market will give. have about 8 minutes to market open. So if this one doesn't work, we always have a second chance. And London. So if we go up, stop, we're here. It's 21,830. So that is a breach. Gonna take a half hour here. I will add if we go under it. The reason why is because we just tapped an FVG here and we did not stay under this quick. Oh, I was too early. Sorry, people. Closing trade again. Was 1 minute left. I was in the wrong minute chart. Excuse me. My fault. Stay focused, John. Stop speaking. See, this is normally why I don't speak when I'm trading. It's about the same height, so it's a half hour risk now. The reason why is we tapped this fair value gap, and I still believe we have a little bit lower to go, but we did build up liquidity above, and we did not take it out yet. So this is why half hour is maximum that you should risk on this trade. If we do hit lower, we will at least hit 21,715. Okay, this will be a very fast trade. Like I said, I wanted to see us go up first before going lower. Oh, my stop is not correct. Now, if we do fall lower in a minute, let's see if we can find a place to add. Here, actually, I want to see us go through because we were creating a fair value gap, and now we need to flush through this fair value gap in the next 13 seconds. I don't want us to move this candle all the way back up to this wick I actually want us to see a falling candle now. I actually don't directly see a place to add. We will see if the opening, what opening gives. 2 minutes to market open of London. We will see if London is favorable today too for us, yes or no. So this could be an adding place if we displace through it. This would be first point of interest. TP1. And if London does decide to join the movement, we will need to watch this low to see what happens. So we'll take a few things off my screen. So I'm in a trade. Target would be 21,715. Then I will see it hit. One minute will open. So London can come back to fill up this gap. I'm okay with that. Even this still looks great. So we had a 5 minute, we came back, we closed up, and now we're continuing. But I don't want London to come up too high. I just actually wanted to see it fall if it wants to continue. Before I can add, I need to be patient. I need to have a nice close under here. So just a tap is not enough for me. I want a 5 minute close, especially an open. So if London does not tap us out in the next 15 to 20 minutes, we are all good. If London does tap us out in the next 5 to 10 minutes, that means that London decides to take another direction. But we are so close to Asia low here that I believe if we do want to change direction, that it will first come take out London, Asia lows, if it wants to go up, because it will need that liquidity. And now all we can do is just let the trade go, let it do its thing. We done all what we can do in our part. I followed my plan. I waited until a 5 minute breach and I just entered the trade. Money risk is very nice. It's only 1.6, a 0.6 R that we gave to the market. And we actually can make at least 2.5 out of that. So for each half hour we give, we make 2 hours. So that's a very nice money management strategy. And now, if you're in this trade with me and you feel discomfort somewhere, write down what kind of feelings you're getting so that you can learn from yourself. I actually used to feel a lot, so I probably had all the feelings that you all had, that you're having now, or if you don't have any more, that's even better. Oh, we had a 15-minute for value gap in here. I did not see that one. So normally my stop should be up here. So look, even I need to zoom out sometimes. So my stop should be here. Why? Because look, here we have a 15-minute. I'm gonna leave it now, but normally my stop should be on this wick. That's 166, so that's 0.7 odd, but still okay. I did move my stop a little bit higher, people, so for all, I did not see this 15-minute for value gap inside here, so there was a 15-minute FEG here that needs to make sure that we do. Yeah, I know, guapo, but it's a mechanical way of trading, so I need to take it. I cannot not take it. If I want to have the results that we should have, except if I'm not feeling great, then I won't take a trade, but otherwise I have to take them. If the next 10 minutes plays out correctly, we normally should continue lower. If not, it will show us its hand that it wants to go up higher first, but I believe we will go lower. Everything looks good at this point. There's nothing showing me that it wants to change hand yet. Yes, my friend. Yes, you always like to join, don't you? Even now, if I start reading tape reading, so we came in, it showed no move up, no move down, really. So the hourly looks very bearish. We do have a huge 1 hour for value gap above, but that doesn't mean that we need to tap it. It could be that we just take out first Asia low and then go tap it. So this is why this is a very mechanical way of trading. Your thinking brain cannot comprehend all the time what the market does. It can be with discretion. But you can't always tell what the market will do. Even you can read as good charts if you want to. If the only thing chart reading was about, I believe that a lot of people would be profitable. The reason why people aren't profitable is because they are not easy to follow a plan constantly over and over again. So this strategy, I back tested it and I'm now front testing it for 4 months from February. And I made almost every month 25 hours out of this strategy. So I know it works. I just need to be patient. But after this is done, I also stop trading. So even if I make a win or a loss, I don't care. So I just stop trading. So if you made a profit or didn't make a profit, that's okay. But learn to stop trading too. So we don't need to take 5, 6 trades a day. It's not necessary. Unless you're a scalper and you want to, it's okay. But if you're no scalper and you're more like a intraday trader, so then you need to be okay by just giving something to the market too. You can see it like paying rent for your buildings or paying electricity. If you have a company, it's the same. The only thing we pay is like internet and a combine. But if you're trading with real money, you don't even pay that kind of thing. So you don't need to pay any employees. You don't need to pay anything. So it's very cheap. Believe me, if I had a company, can you share your trade recap of last month? All of them? Normally, I always, when I start to stream, I started recapping the day before what I've done. So I recapped it this morning too. So if you go on my YouTube channel, normally at the beginning, the first 10 minutes, I always do a recap of the trade before. If it went okay, which trades I took. We have a 5-minute close here. We did. So I will add another contract. So now this will be first watch. Why this one is because we have here a nice stacked per value gap, and I believe we will hit this last one at least first of all. So this is why this is on the screen. So in the next 5 minutes, I do want us to continue falling. Actually, I don't want us to come back inside the orb range. If we do, I will close the trade. So first TP should be this for value gap. So to that, 21,777. Track it. So this would be almost 1 hour here. So that we can watch and see what happens. Now we can come back to this adding place, and then I just want us to see us continue moving lower. Like I said, soft stops is the center point of the range from this orb. If you don't know what a soft stop is where if we tap this and 1 minute stays above, I get out of trade. And if I see a change of direction, it could be even if I take it here. If we get back to our entry point, that I would just close the trade to. Because this is now the last part of fair value gaps that we see. I actually don't want to see us come up because there's no reason for us to get even this high. So if we do make a 5-minute movement higher than this wick, I believe we will change direction and move further up first to that fair value gap above us. Here, this big one. But I do need to wait another minute and a half to see this happen. So I always wait until the 5-minute closes to let me see in what direction the market wants to continue. So I don't listen to minute for value or minute gaps or something. I just want to see a 5-minute continuation. Even the 15-minute still looks good. So in the next 28 seconds, this candle will show me exactly what it wants to do. So if it goes back up the way up to here, then we're going higher. If it stays near its wick down below, then we're definitely going to continue lower. So we should not go above my adding place. So at this point, it still looks like it wants to go lower. So we just close this complete 5 minutes for value gap. So I am counting this in my mind, definitely to watch how we do react out of this. This is why I said soft stops are definitely here. This is 21.810. That's soft stop. That means if we do breach it, I will close my trade. We'll see in the next 50 seconds what happens. So I do want to body close in this area before I close my trade. So we did not have a close yet, so I need to wait another minute. Nine, 8, 6. So if we close a candle, we did not close again inside. It looks like we do have, this is hard stop now, 21.816. If we breach that, I'll close the trade. No matter wick or not. So that's hard stop. I'm closing trade. That was too big of a bullish momentum moving upwards. So that was 0.6 that I gave back to the market. The reason why this was quite a bullish momentum moving out of a 5 minutes FVG that I actually did not want to see. And it's to protect what we made yesterday so that we can keep our funds. Now we need to lock this trade first of all. Loggings. So today's trade, we are today the 10th. It's the 10th again. Okay, great. We are, what time is it today? Phoenix. We went in the trade at 11:55 and we exit the trade at 12:15. 11:55. 15, so this is the 9. We took a short. That was a minus 0.6. 0.65. I was an orb short. The reason why I got out is one, because I have a maximum loss that I can get, and the second reason is because I think we have a change in direction right here. So, London, free London, short, went in, and because of delivery. Okay, so I locked that trade in my journal. Let's see what plays out at this point. Gonna stay on for another 5 to 7 minutes and see if I see anything else. If not, that will be it for me for today in the morning streams. So even now you can feel that I don't feel anything of this now. It's just like a half hour, people. So I'm happy. I just followed my plan, so I don't feel anything about trading. I'm just happy that I follow a plan, and if that plan is executed correctly, This is the only thing that I actually want in my trading, that I constantly follow exactly a plan like I should have executed it. But this can still run to TP because there was here a 15-minute FEG. That's 15 minutes. And this was our stop. So as long as this stop is not hit, this is still valid, this fair value gap. The reason why I went out is because we came into a 5-minute fair value gap. We cleaned it out completely, and I did expect us to fill up this first. So where I stopped us, except of the highs, it saved us at least almost an hour. Hope you all understand why I took profit and when I will get out. If not, please ask. Recap of last month. The one you took in the stream. Yeah, Dynamite, if you, my journal, you just put chat. It's in here somewhere already, multiple times. No, I only use top step. Andrea, I only use top step at this point for charting. It depends. If I'm on a live account, then I use TradingView, but I prefer top step. It's cheaper. I don't need anything. Otherwise, you get delayed on top step. The one you took in stream, can you share your journal? Which one that I took in stream? Because I took a lot of trades in streams last month. I believe I've been here every day. How do you determine where to add? Okay, so what do I determine is where I see a point of interest where the market could change its hand or change direction. What do I mean by this? So if I zoom in, the market went to this low, first of all. It took out this low. We had a reaction, and afterwards we came back under it. So normally if we do come back under it, it means that this low did not give any reaction to the upside. If this low does not change the state that we are moving, it means that we can continue. So if we come back once under this low and we do it a second time with a body close of the candle, that means that we normally should continue. So this is a place then where I add because we had a retracement and then we see a continuation in the direction that I actually want to see us move. So same for here. Now, if we do see this 15 minutes, we came in here say that we should move again under this low. That would be a very great place to add to your position because now we had a continuation. We came in a retracement of a gap or somewhere that you can see that the market should rally through. If it does not, that means that this is a strong point where sellers are much stronger. And if we then go below this with a wick or with a candle body, that means that this is not strong enough for the buyers to continue as higher. So we need to go down to the next liquidity. So where is the next liquidity after that part? That will be this last 1 minute for value gap. If this holds, if this doesn't hold and it continues lower, then you can look at the next liquidity pool where stops are. If this low gets invalid, so it means if this for value gap does not hold and we breach through this low, I would add again at this low. I would watch and see what happens. And then the next part is that 4-hour liquidity that I would go to. So this would be again then my next TP. So this is why I add to my trades constantly afterwards. I will explain this a few times in the stream, so you will get it after a few times, but it's not so easy to explain the first time. So same here. You can see if this 15-minute holds, I got out early, so that means that this stop was perfectly valid, and we could still rally to this 1 minute. We will see what happens. I will not re-enter it. I don't feel comfortable re-entering within the next 15 minutes. So one of my rules is I cannot take a trade the first 15 minutes after taking a trade. It's to prevent myself from trading too much or too less. Actually, you can do it two ways for adding. If you're very comfortable by adding trades, you can also just add exactly when it's here, leave your stop where it is, and just add at this point on a 50-minute. If it does continue, you have a very nice extra profit because this is where you would enter and you're immediately 15 points in profit. And if it stops you out, you only have like a 13-point stop. The downside is to this that you're adding to a losing trade because we entered here at that point. So you're adding to a not winning trade. The good thing, if it does rally to your direction, great result. So again, this worked out fine. It looks like we will hit this. Stay a little bit longer on. So we'll see if we breach this, what we will do. If we have a continuation, yes or no. If we do not have a continuation, go up to these fair value gaps above. So maybe we can take a long from there. So what was the opening price here? So this was opening. So orb 9 o'clock would have been a failure. We went out and immediately went back in. And at this point, we did not hit my first DP yet. So still a smart direction, still a smart decision to stop. Because orb is actually a continuation movement. So if we do see a sharp reaction out of a trade that we are in, it's better to close the trade because I've seen it happen too many times that we first go sideways, hit, stop, and then rally through it. So it's better than to exit a little bit earlier to protect the capital that we have, to make sure if we do have a profitable one, that they are much bigger than our not profitable ones. So yesterday, my normal not profitable ones at this point is around, I believe 0.5, 0.6, something like that. And my profits are around 2 to 3 R in the last month. So I try to maintain it that way. So this way we have a lot of profits without giving a lot to the market. Internet is slow today. So my max loss of this month was 1.1 R, and on average, it's then the biggest one was then today 0.65, then 0.6, 0.3, 0.2. So I have very small losses, and my biggest win is a 4R this month, 3.4, 1.5 to 1.8. So you can see this is how I make this amount of flowing, because my losses are so small that I can easily handle it to take a multiple trading day. So my maximum losses in the day is 1.5 R. So I cannot give more than 1.5 R on a day based back to the market. So if I hit my target, I just close for the day completely. I just immediately lock yourself out if you can't handle it directly. Or in top step, you can even put it in. So if you go to settings, you can put it also in here, maximum day loss. Where is it? Yeah, daily loss. So if you say I have a 2 hour risk maximum, so you can put in here, say if you have $200 per hour, put 4 hour. And what do you do? An action, liquidate and block yourself directly out for the whole day. So this way it prevents you from doing it. But at the end, you actually need to learn to do it yourself, because this is a tool. It makes you it easier, but it doesn't help you to control yourself, of course. So it looks like it will hit that 1 minute for value gap. That is what it is. So I got about 10 minutes, and then I need to make myself ready to move with the fan. We'll watch the chat if somebody has some questions. How much R is 1? What do you mean with how much R is 1 at Neptune? It depends on and how much risk you have for yourself. So everybody has its own way of putting 1 Rs. So for me personally, on this account, it's 250. On my other accounts, it's in my journal, it's 200. So it's 1 hour for 200 in this one. The screen's frozen, so it should not be. So this would be first TP. What I should have watched it, where we were going to go to. So it looks like the market does want to flush lower and take out this low. That is what it is. If you want to enter a trade today, I would probably wait until see what happens under this low. If you see a nice continuation of the market moving lower, the next target will be this one. And after that, we can go a whole lot lower. But I would definitely be patient until you see what happens, until we hit this low. So this was first TP now. So you can see that 50 minutes for value gap exactly holds. So this is why even in my journal or in my statement is if we have a fair value gap inside the orb range, we always put our stop above the wick, and this with that gap perfectly held. This was my stop. But also here I'm okay with. So it's my own choice to get out. It's my own choice what I did. And even if it hits my TP, yes or no, I'm still fine with it. So if you do feel more comfortable by holding, that's all fine. So you can just leave stops where they were for the beginning without adding. If you want to learn the strategy, you don't need to add. So now again, like who asked where I was adding? So Andrea, here would be a great place for adding again. So under this wick, for me, was a great place for adding. Why? Because we had a reaction out of this. And if we do fall under it again with the body close, so say this one would have been a perfect way for adding. And then we continue to the next liquidity part. So this was this 1 minute for value gap. So now if this one does not hold, so we can come back up one more time. Mr. Fuji, so we do have a small for value gap, so we can come up one more time to these highs here. If we continue lower, we will just tap this low. And this is a time-based liquidity here from. You can choose to take it to another direction. So if the market decides to fall in one direction, normally it should continue to this low. This is why London normally takes out Asia. So for me, I will not take another trade. So that was it for me for this morning session. It is what it is. London, PDL, New York session. Yeah, I know there's a lot of liquidity just below. If you hold, congratulations. If you're not, same for me. Everybody can do what he wants to. I just want to show you how I do it. That's all. I wish you all a very great trading. If you made a profit or not, I would at least wait until we sweep Asia and then see the reaction. We could continue all the way lower. If not, the next point of interest I would see is these stacked for value gaps just above here. So if we do have a change in state of delivery, I would take it to at least this high. I am trading tomorrow as well. Yes, I'm trading every day of the week. I will see how good it works with my phone, but I've tested it once in Belgium and it works. So we will see if it works and outside of Belgium too. I wish you all a very great day today for the rest of the day and see you all in the next one.